Most people building a website face a frustrating choice. You either lock yourself into an expensive drag-and-drop builder, or you dive into the overwhelming chaos of learning to code from scratch. These platforms come with a catch. They charge recurring monthly fees for the privilege of using their interface, while heavily restricting how you actually control the layout of your pages. There is a third option, the lazy art director. Instead of moving blocks or writing syntax manually, you act as the strategic boss of an AI system that handles the execution. This method requires 3 simple tools: a folder on your desktop, the Claude Code assistant, and a free GitHub account. You'll be directing the build without manually typing a single line of code. Mastering this workflow removes the need for monthly platform fees. It gives you absolute root-level ownership of your digital assets without requiring a computer science degree. The process begins with structural analysis. You feed the URL of a website you find inspiring into Claude, commanding it to break down the underlying architecture. This chart shows how a multi-page site condenses into a single blueprint, called a PRD. Claude must generate this plan before touching code. This keeps the AI on a clear path, preventing hallucinations and saving valuable tokens from wrong turns. Next, you use a specific interrogation prompt. You command the AI to ask you 3 clarifying questions about your vision before it starts construction. Answering these specific questions ensures the machine's technical execution aligns with your abstract creative goals before the first file is created. Forcing the AI to build a structural plan and ask questions up front transforms it from a generic generator into a precision instrument. It's likely the AI's first local draft will feature strange colors, generic layouts, or terrible typography. To fix this, you take a screenshot of the local site, mark the visual errors, and give Claude natural language commands for aesthetic changes. The AI translates your plain English complaints into complex CSS revisions instantly, updating the look of the site while you stay away from the source code. Once the site looks right on your computer, you need to transition it from your local desktop to the live internet. This diagram shows the .getignore file. It acts as a security filter, deliberately hiding sensitive data like API keys from the public eye. Once sanitized, your repository is pushed to GitHub Pages. This service hosts your files publicly for free, providing a live URL. If the deployment breaks, for instance, if the CSS paths aren't talking to each other correctly, you simply tell the AI the site is unstyled and let it push an automatic fix. Pairing visual feedback with this automated deployment link allows you to maintain and update a professional web property through conversation rather than manual file management. The final product is a live site built to your exact specifications, carrying the specific visual identity you directed rather than the shared DNA of a standard template. Because you own the underlying code and the hosting is handled by GitHub, your recurring monthly maintenance fees are permanently zero. This workflow shifts your role from a consumer of software to an architect directing a coding assistant through a repeatable production pipeline. While the AI handles the syntax, your human taste, identifying flat colors or poor pacing, remains the unreplaceable factor that dictates the quality of the final result. By combining your creative direction with free open-source tools, you stop paying rent on the internet and become the definitive owner of your own digital infrastructure.